police can't pursue suspects on foot or in a car, how are they supposed to catch them? Bump into him at 7-Eleven? Hey, aren't you that guy wanted for armed robbery? Come here, hands behind your back. Oh, he's running. Guess he just wanted to go home. Sorry, Chief, he's at large. Again, last seen with a Slurpee. What the heck is happening to the Democrat Party? A former Democrat operative is blaming the donors. In a new expose, Evan Barker says the people with the cash are sitting in their Manhattan apartments all day, eating soup, riddled with white guilt, and taking calls from left-wing candidates. One message on one donor's voicemail is this, quote, "If you are not a woman of color, please don't bother leaving a voicemail. I won't donate to you." The consultants, well, they're even worse. She says men virtue signal their disdain for their own gender by saying things like, "I want to elect more people who look like you and less people who look like me." Even HR is throwing out all applications from Caucasians. The Clintons can't believe it.
These people are paternalistic, and it's a bunch of overeducated little white turds who think they know more than other people know.
This isn't Bubba's party anymore. It's not even Barack's. They tried to keep a lid on Bernie's revolution, and it's finally arrived.
They want candidates and members of Congress who have the guts to stand up for working families and not simply take big checks and have super PACs elect the next senators and members of Congress.
But is it all going according to plan? Well, these elections are under a lot of scrutiny. Somali fraud already took out Tampon. Now Newsom's on the hot seat in California. Bobby Kennedy and Oz freezing Gavin's Medicare money until he opens up the books because taxpayers are getting fleeced. Scammers are setting up fake medical equipment companies and selling wheelchairs to ghost clients and just billing the feds. Nick Shirley showed up in New York to knock on doors.
How's it going, ma'am? My name is Nick. Is here? Yeah. Yeah. Here, 3 durable medical equipment companies were launched within just a few months apart here, and that takes money from Medicaid and Medicare services. And so we're wondering, where's the equipment at?
Actually, I don't know.
But so do you guys not have any of the equipment here?
No, I don't have any.
Yeah, no equipment. This woman says, "I know nothing." Her husband's in charge.
So how come your husband has this address registered as the location for 3 different companies that receive money from Medicaid for durable medical equipment?
I don't know. He's coming maybe half hour. I don't know. Actually,
do you know what kind of equipment he sells?
No, he don't have. Not at home. He have a job. He go to job. I don't have any equipment.
But does he sell durable medical equipment?
I don't know. At home, nothing. No, I don't have anything.
Yeah. Dr. Oz says the industry is ripe for shenanigans.
There's twice as many durable medical suppliers in South Florida than McDonald's because it's easier to open one than a bank account. And the person named in the account is never the person who actually owns the business. But to open 3 in one apartment makes no sense, especially when there's no product there.
In New Jersey, the governor just came out and said, "Oopsie daisy, we accidentally registered over 6,000 people to vote. And they're not American citizens. And hundreds of them voted illegally." The governor there, Mikey, blamed the software company that runs DMV registrations. Well, the company says, buck stops with the state. Now, Mikey's just scrambling to get ahead of it.
All of a sudden, she is speaking truth about the fact that this does take place in states across the country. It is completely unacceptable to have non-citizens on American voter rolls voting in U.S. elections. And she says it's 6,600. We suspect it's a heck of a lot more, not just in New Jersey, but in states across the country. The president is hell-bent on getting to the bottom of this, and it's also why we need to pass the Save America Act to ensure that only U.S. citizens are voting in U.S. elections.
Oh, the media and the Democrats told us illegals couldn't register to vote, that it was impossible, and there was zero evidence that they voted. They even called it a hoax.
Former President Trump frequently repeats false claims about migrants voting.
They can't speak a word of English for the most part, but they're signing them up.
That's not true. It's illegal for non-U.S. citizens to vote for president or in any federal election. And there have been few recorded incidents of non-citizens trying to vote illegally.
Now Democrats know what's coming. Clean up the rolls, and if you don't, you're going to pay a hefty fine or maybe go to prison. Carville says it ain't worth it.
We are not going to win the war against some kind of an ID. Every poll shows 75 or better say we should have some kind of an ID to vote. Just quit fighting and go along with it and move to the next thing.
So whatever happens in the midterms, we hope it's on the up and up, but we're already seeing skirmishes over fraud and corruption and race and gender. But when the dust settles, it's going to be Cortez versus Kamala. They did tell us the future is female. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.